Hello, my name is Marisol Strafon Rincon, and I have a great idea for a course to be implemented with international students, and it's about a topic as relevant as ever: the visibility of the LGBTQ community in schools. So, as you may already know, the LGBTQ community has been a target for discrimination, invisibilization, and violence for centuries. Even if during the last few years tolerance around homosexuality has increased, there is still a long way to go, especially in schools, since they are where young people form their identities and establish their core values as people. Therefore, schools need to be spaces of respect, tolerance, growth, and support. Hence, comparing two different countries' perspectives with different cultural contexts in regards to this subject would be highly enriching, and I'm confident that the conclusions reached and the outcomes of the interaction will show the positive effects of international collaboration. So what am I proposing? I propose a global classroom experience, which is basically collaborative online international learning with the use of digital learning, which can be seen with the implementation of digital tools such as Zoom, Padlet, Slack, Discord, and the freedom of choice of digital tools. The proposal I came up with revolves around two countries, Mexico and Germany. As we may know, a big part of Mexican society is based on sexist ideologies, and heterosexual relations and binary identities are still the ones that are the most accepted. In contrast, Germany is perceived as a country that is succeeding in terms of diversity, inclusion, and the protection of vulnerable groups. They also have an LGBTI inclusion strategy that seeks to open the dialogue on LGBTQ issues at international and regional levels. Considering that both countries teach English as a second language in schools, the language for the international collaboration would ideally be English. The selected student profiles are quite simple. We only have two musts. They must know English and they must be in a high school with access to technology. The main idea here is to have 4 collaborative sessions and 1 individual reflection, each lasting 2 hours, with the exception of the individual reflection, which lasts around 4 hours. There will be 2 groups of 20 people joining us, forming a global classroom of 40 people in total. There will be 5 teams of 8 people each, and each team will be made up of 4 people from a Mexican high school and 4 people from a German high school. The course will have a duration of 3 weeks. Week 1 consists of the icebreaker session and the brainstorm session. Week 2 consists of campaign work, prototype, and discussion, and the week 3 consists of the individual reflection. During the icebreaker session in Zoom, we will ask students to research about influential LGBTQ figures from their home country or from other countries and post their findings on a Padlet, where they will be able to add their contribution. Students will then interact with each other's posts and learn about each other. Then, to end week 1, we will have the brainstorm session in Zoom, which basically consists of students being divided into teams, choosing their top choice for team communication, be that Discord or Slack, and brainstorming about the challenge that teachers will pose, which is to create a campaign for the visibilization of the LGBTQ community in schools. How they choose to do that is entirely up to them. During week 2, students will participate in the campaign work session in Zoom, where they will be able to use their time in the session to work on their campaign. The only requirement is for it to communicate effectively, be justifiable, and that they are able to deliver and explain a prototype of their campaign. Finally, during the presentation and discussion session, each group will present their prototype, and lastly, a final integrative discussion will take place. During week 3, students will work with their own time to create an individual creative reflection of their experience in regards to the topic they explored. They will be free to choose how they do so, such as storytelling, performance art, poetry, a presentation, etc. The learning outcomes are simple, and they are: number 1, subject knowledge, number 2, communication skills, number 3, critical thinking, and number 4, creativity and purposeful representation. This is also the same criteria that will be evaluated in the final individual reflection with levels 1 to 5 in terms of their level of achievement. Another rubric will be used for each team's collaborative sessions, but this will only check each student's efficient and respectful communication and their active participation. And to end this, why is this important? All LGBTQ youth should have the same equal opportunities and treatment as their other heteronormative counterparts, and that implies no more erasure from school settings. If students work together to raise awareness and stay informed about the LGBTQ community, soon enough, institutions will catch on and implement the same practices, hence reducing the gap of inequalities. I thank you for your time, and I hope that you will contact me if you wish to learn more. Have a wonderful day.